Hello, everyone. Hello. Gotta check out my sound on the computer here. I cannot hear you though. But hello. So I can do cheddar. Oh, not full. You can type in chat if the mic isn't working. I saw your green circle light up a little bit. No, I cannot hear you at all. I like the sound was on my earbuds here, but hold on. Maybe something crashed on my end. It had happened before. Not Deathen, excuse me. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I found the problem. Okay. It's on my end. Okay, try and speak now. It should work. You need to unmute though. You can't hear me.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Good.
The mistake was on my end, but Discord.
No, it was actually on my end because my mic was on Discord wasn't as at full.
Oh, it was on both of our ends because my earbuds, my hearing was set to my mic, which has nothing connected to it, so that did not help. So
Yeah, that doesn't help at all.
Guess we're both just bad.
You can hear me just fine, yeah?
I'm just upping all of my volumes here, but it's okay. I'm not gonna have any other sound, so.
Yeah, I have people around me, so.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm just gonna. I usually have my PC volume at like 30 and put it at 94 now. It should be okay. I just cannot play anything else. That's fine.
My PC volume is at the top. So.
I usually have my speakers on max, so I just like don't need to touch the speakers. I just touch like this thing. If you're watching my stream, that is, I'm using my mouse to circle stuff. I can probably share my screen to you too if you want to see it there instead of the stream.
Eon. Okay, Eon, I'm seeing you now.
Okay. Because there's a little delay if you watch the stream compared to if I just show you my screen.
Yeah.
I can get, but I just need to get the right screen too. Oh, it doesn't want to show the screen. I can wait. There's screens. There you go. Yes. That's loud. Okay, you should see my yeah, on Discord too now, so it's a little quicker without the delay. I need my actually chat up because no, I don't. I have my OBS. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Do you have OBS downloaded?
No, I do not.
Okay. Good.
Good
start to a. I picked the right question. Good start to a. Let's mute me at least. I'm gonna move that. I think.
Newbie streamer.
Oh, that's not. Well, that's something else. Let's do this one. I think I just. Well, this looks right, so.
Okay, just search OBS on Google.
Yeah, OBS Studio. Don't just OBS. Don't do like me.
Studios.
I think. I don't remember exactly where I downloaded mine from because I had one type, and a friend of mine uninstalled that and installed something else. That is just like a newer form of the same thing. I haven't noticed the difference. I don't know the difference. I don't know where to find the new one, but I think the top here is safe.
Yeah. So obsproject.com, Open Broadcasting Studios. Yep.
I'd
Latest
say so.
released Windows. Get start. Oh, it's already downloading.
Is it like the image it's showing me underneath is really similar to what I have, at least. It might actually be the exact same. Yeah, it says the exact same, except my scene says unknown. Or without name. This is just a demo.
Fun.
So this should be the exact one, actually. That's good.
Yeah.
Then there's hope.
OBS. OBS. Welcome to OBS Studios 27.1.3 setup. Next. Scroll, 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 and next. Let's see, PC. No. Crud. No. It's PC and downloadable. No, that's install. Like 27 images of everything right now.
I've just
Or
made
to
my
infinity.
opus. It's
Or to infinity, actually.
yeah, basically.
Yeah. Finish. Okay, OBS setting up. Good. Optimal optimisert for strømminginnspilling kommer ikke optimisert for innspillinger. Jeg skal streame. Jeg er kun visuelt kamera. Optimalisert for streaming. Um, 1920 times 8, 1080, 60 FPS, or 30. Yeah. Yep. Next. Twitch. Join count. Fuck, what is my... Oh shit. Just give me a sec.
Yeah. I'm checking just my normal settings there.
TT for Twitch. There we go.
Yeah, I can still like my OBS isn't what it was like 2 months ago, because I had a lot more information here before, but I do not know how to find it again.
Fun.
Yeah, like before I could easily find it. Now it's just not there. So I don't know if I messed with some files somehow, somewhere, at some point.
Probably.
Because I also had Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah.
But I've heard so much bad about it. So I just like uninstalled that completely. But I wonder if something of that was connected to the normal OBS that had like more settings or something.
Maybe.
But I'll explain that later when we're setting this up more.
Yeah. And next. Oh, shit's happening. Sorry, I small for this.
You're a little choppy.
No, not actually. When I say small, it's in 1664 half a liter glass. Bottom 4 5 centiliters with vodka and the rest with Coke.
Oh, okay.
See, testing done. Program has estimated at these settings are ideal for you. Type tweet auto picture 6,000 yada yada yada. PS 60. Uh, okay, I got my stream chat up.
Like the thing I have over here?
Give me a sec. Yeah,
Huh. You got that quickly.
yeah, I know. I just connected it right at the start.
Mine was so convoluted. I had so much difficulty getting this back.
Yeah, I can.
Because somehow I lost the chat, and then I need to like look up a YouTube video, and I need to like find some links and do some extra stuff. But good thing you got it. The rest shouldn't be too difficult.
If you look, here, I got everything. See it?
I think so.
Yeah, because.
But I'm seeing Discord, and nothing else. I think. Can I hear myself? Sorry. I could only say Discord and not OBS actually.
How you see everything?
There you go.
Yes, I got everything when it just started up.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So I got title, lineup.
Yeah, you have scenes that I don't have, but
yeah,
like that is because I just have this screen if I have my camera like here if I want it, and if I want to switch screens, I just like drag it out, just move stuff whenever I need it to. So I have chosen not to show it, but I have what I had before was also like a number of how many's watching, how a little more like compacted, how long you've been live and streaming and whatnot, which I liked. Plus, I had information of like you can write in your own title for the stream. You can choose which game without having to do that on the actual Twitch page.
Yeah, because I got everything, like information of sending. So I can write a title, go live notification, category, tags, yeah, everything.
Okay, lucky.
Yeah, I know.
I cannot get that, but it's nowhere. I need to like open my browser, get to my Twitch channel, and then change it now. But well, you know how that works, so I'm gonna close my own stream.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the next thing you need to fix is stream key if you haven't done that already, and the actual sources. That is the things that will be shown. And connecting. Do you see the connecting here? To call it with the mic and the just normal sound.
Yeah.
Is it moving for you? Because I don't.
It's moving.
Okay.
My microphone IX is moving. My keyboard is moving.
My keyboard will be the same as your voice though. But if you just like play off a YouTube video or something, you can easily check if this normal desktop, that's the word, is recording as well. Or you can just see it if I talk, for that matter. That's also a thing. So I don't remember if I had more problem with the mic not connecting than the actual desktop, so, but
Where the hell did you go now?
I didn't do anything.
Jesus. Where the hell did
What happened?
I lost you.
Okay.
Just give me a second. I hear you, but I don't see you.
Okay. I don't know. For me, the stream is still up and going. I can't really show more than I'm already showing, but if you can see it, it doesn't really matter anyway. But I can send it to you on Snap that I'm still here, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I lost I lost Discord actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost Discord.
I don't know how to help you there, but
No, I know. Uh, uh, Fun.
I can go stop streaming and start streaming again if that will help. Maybe. Screens. I only have 2, unfortunately. Anything now? What is that? Stream currently has reduced video or audio quality. Oh, that's fine. It's my own stream. It might just be easier to watch on Twitch. If you can't get it here. Or give me the browser.
Okay, now. Jesus Christ. Okay, now I can see your screen on Discord. No, on Twitch.
Can see I'm green on Twitch?
No, I can see your screen.
Oh, screen. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I see you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream there then. I guess I can keep it on Twitch just. I don't know if I should show. I don't know if it can show. Okay, there it is. Okay. I can show this. First thing that's basically I would say the most important thing is to actually connect OBS to your Twitch.
That.
I don't think you have. I don't know if you did it in the setup.
Yeah, I did, because that's how I got it up with the Twitch stream stuff.
Oh, with the chat and stuff like that. Yeah, true. Well, then you have found your Twitch key and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
If you get on Twitch, you go to like settings and whatnot. Go to streaming itself. Then you have like a. I don't know. Translate this to streaming key. Primary streaming key. That has like a lot of numbers and letters and whatnot. I'm not gonna show this because if I show this, then people can stream as me. But that need to be put into the OBS. But if you've already done that with also connecting the chat, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, if I go to my profile, it says I'm disconnected on Twitch. Didn't help me at all. Says I'm connected. It says share my activity, my channel. Here we go.
Because it's easier to see if you go to settings on OBS and click on stream, then you'll see if the stream key is in there or not. So on me, for example, you can see that server is Twitch, I have this stream key and whatnot.
Wait a second. Go back 2 seconds, please.
If you go on setting, just on OBS,
yeah,
click on settings, which is underneath stream and whatnot. Then you have what's called stream, which is under general. There you can see if you're connected to a Twitch server, YouTube server, or whatever, and you can also see if the key is there. So if it's there, then you should easily just be able to go live immediately by clicking start stream.
Twitch. Audio.
My cat is watching me. Hello.
I don't have that. I'll send you snap.
Yeah. You can probably show me on Discord if you can, but
oh, Discord isn't working for me.
Snap it is.
Snap it is. It's a crap.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Cause you auto like me, I don't know. Well, one quick way is just like try to go live and it will say if it's successful or not. But there's no place to put in the key. I can't like fiddle with these settings because I'm already live and it doesn't want me to like ruin it in the middle of it. So that might also be why my screen is a little different. Maybe. The rest of the things that's here I don't think we need to touch just yet. General might have some interesting things, but I haven't really done much here.
Streaming. Video Hilda.
What was the last thing you saw me do when I was live when you commented?
Where to find the Twitch key?
Settings on Twitch, some difficult type of settings. Streaming, and then it should be the top thing.
I got into that setting on Twitch, but I don't know where to. It actually says I'm live. but with no picture.
No, if you're live, then that's good, because then you have, because you don't have anything to show yet, because you don't have anything in your sources.
No.
But as long as you're actually live on your channel, it should be fine.
How do I do that?
That's the next step.
Okay, I'll come back. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna connect these up again here. I'm gonna exit that one, minimize. Okay. Next thing is sources. Like you can see, I have a lot of different things. A lot of my stuff isn't showing usually.
Yep.
And a lot is like extra fancy stuff and whatnot.
Yep.
I have the sound, of course, which you should already have, which is the mic. Display capture is what I'm using. You can use game capture if you just want to have the game showing. I prefer my full screen because then I can like get links in, I can do whatever. I don't have anything to hide on my like main desktop here. Not what I wanted. I don't have anything to hide, so it's like it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I put in little like
sound.
Piece of crap. So
But
you know, snap now. I put in those two were in already.
Sound and display?
Mediakilder og lydningsopptak.
Oh, okay. Media, I think is chat? Hold on.
Yeah, that might maybe chat and then maybe screen.
I don't remember.
Check the snap I sent you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just feel my clock vibrating. I'm not sure who's sending me what.
It's me.
Okay, I don't know. That has an arrow.
Yeah. Mediakilde.
Interesting. I don't know what that is.
You don't have it, I think.
No, I don't.
No, if you put
but if you want like display capture like I have, it's easy. Just if you click the plus sign, you can add it.
Okay, yeah, you have media source. Media source. It's
Yeah.
the one that's already on my screen. You have it. There. That one.
Yeah. I don't have it selected though. I don't use it.
No, because mine for some fucking reason is in Norwegian, not English.
But I have a browser is what I'm using. I'm not using media source, I'm using browser for the things that is fancy.
Here we go! Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now it's on.
You can see the screen?
I can see the screen.
Nice. Okay. Do you have a face cam you want to connect?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Work in progress.
Oh, okay.
So if I go on, yes, now it's showing on me that I'm on. Who's watching me?
Not me yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, it says somebody's watching me. I don't know who.
Well, if you have your own stream up on a browser, then it's you.
Okay.
So as long as you have like your own stream up, it's gonna count as one.
Okay, that gives. Not really.
Ah, the damn alphabet. It's not working. There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Follow
That's
that.
me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now I can see too. Haha.
Yeah, I used money on you, so fuck off.
Oh, I thank you.
It's just a small-time whore. No, I'm just joking with you.
It's not that much money, so it's fine.
It was actually quite a bit.
I don't remember how. How long have you been actually subscribed?
I subbed for you like half a year, and I donated quite a bit. So it was a couple of $100 a week, a month or something.
I
Like
think
that.
it's 50 kroners per month or something.
Yeah, but you remember I gift subbed it, and
Yeah, you have one gift sub, and I don't see you're not the top 3 on the bits, but I think you did something there too, right?
yeah, I bet it like 20, I don't know, 100 bits or something like that.
I think you're the only one who's actually subbed to me right now, though.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't need the stream key. I can take that away. Okay, I'm just gonna maximize your screen so I can see.
Yeah, I'm just fiddling about. Don't mind me.
Can see everything you do.
Sorry. I need to. How do I get? I don't have a second screen yet, so I don't know how to get you away.
What?
On the big stream.
Well, you just have to minimize it. Since you have a display capture, and if you only have one screen,
it's the red thing.
You kind of have to just like show what you can show. You can also like drag, if you grab like the screen itself, and you can just drag it to the side and show like half of it. If you want to like cut out a certain part, or you can zoom in and whatnot, but
like that,
for example.
Yeah, because now you're watching me.
Yeah.
I just have to do stuff like that. Then you see me at all.
It's practical for me to be able to see a little bit of what you do, though. But OBS is the main thing.
That's just the main thing.
Okay, hold on. What is it called? Information's about send. What? I want it. Where is it? I want it. Wait, show settings folder. Is that a thing? No, it's not. That's something totally different. I want a thing.
Yeah, that did not work.
It's just black. Are you switching like scenes?
Yeah, I'm trying to, but I did.
Well, you are, but you don't have any extra scenes, so nothing is gonna show.
No.
Because you don't have any sources added to the other scene, I would guess.
I didn't.
The sources is key. I had another scene before, like a BRB thing, but
yeah,
it was super homemade and bad, so I just like deleted it. Just take it off the face of the earth.
I do that and do this and put a picture maybe.
Another thing that I have that I really like is I have my chat also visible on the screen. I have that locked in, so I can't grab it by mistake. Because you end up with a lot of different things. Like I have my dragon, I have chat, I have donations. All the things I like to stay put. Like my camera is okay that I can move because I can like move it back and forth. In case I play a different game that requires me to kind of move it. So that lock thing is really nice. I usually also lock the display capture. Just so I can't by a mistake grab it and just like fling it off somewhere. I can't grab it anymore. But how did I... Because that's a browser property. I'm just gonna look for that. Should probably not show it live. I think you just like add a browser, call it something that you will recognize it. Yeah, add the link for the chat maybe, then you can have chat like showing on the screen as well if you want that. Or you can just have it like in the chat box, that's perfectly fine. It's just a little extra fancy stuff.
Yeah, I'm not that fancy have to go through this many times before I figure stuff out. Ooh. Oh, hello. Where the hell did that go?
Hmm?
So that's how I am on screen. How the hell did that end up on the second one?
I don't know.
No, me neither. Yeah, that's just what. Why Discord on?
Look, I can do funsies.
Discord on that bot. Did I maybe put Discord inside my second inside of OBS? Is that possible?
Is heavy.
And that's a sign that no. Discord inside OBS?
Yeah, just look at my screen. I put Discord on my second screen. And now I have a bloody mouse.
I just see Discord right now.
Oh, now I know what's happening. Just give me a sec. I put it. Ta-da! Now I know what's happening. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now I know, because my screen is like elongated as fuck. So I can put you over here. Well, that's rather nice.
I need to just
Okay. That gives
copy paste is
a
easier.
lot more sense. So if I
Okay.
well, but I want to be able to see it like that. I go over. Well, it is technically possible to play Minecraft through OBS, since the screen is so fucking blooming huge.
Yeah, I can't see the bottom of your screen. But I don't know if you don't, if you just haven't put it right in OBS, or if it's trying to. Yeah, exactly.
Just give me a sec. I'm still figuring stuff out. Maybe
Basically, the squares have to, like, the corners of the square have to touch the corners of OBS. My screen is also a little weird because apparently my.
How does it look now?
This looks better. There you go.
So you see my cursor moving about.
Not right. No, there. Yes, now I can see it.
If I go randomly into my worlds, you should see everything technically.
Yeah, if you open up your own stream, you can see it. What you see.
Yeah, just yeah.
You have a game open in such a tiny little window, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm figuring things out. Shut up. I'm going to destroy you.
I'm trying to help you here. Come on.
I know. Shut it. Okay, now I see what you mean. So if I take down this, go out here, do that.
About them time, mate. I don't know what you did.
I put it in full screen.
There you go. Yeah, this delay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Might be full screen, but it's not window. It is window. I mean. Because I can still see like the top bar of like the white.
No, my screen's like I have it. Yes.
My eyes is just really sensitive to light, so I just notice that white line so clearly. Here I am sitting in my little dark dungeon.
Little gremlin.
Not that little.
Yeah, you are.
How do you know? You never met me. Figuring things out.
Oh, shit, Sherlock.
Not figuring, but figuring.
Goes away, but just have to live with it for now because. Shit. Okay.
Do you usually play with others that streams, or do you just play alone, or just play with randos that doesn't stream?
Usually play alone.
Okay. Then you will probably not need the extra thing that I'm doing right now with showing your stream off on my stream.
Yeah. If I'll be streaming, I'll be talking to you. We'll be chit-chatting over streams.
Okay.
Yeah, because now you're streaming me as well, right?
Yeah, I'm showing off your stream.
Yeah.
It's not like a partner. It's like it's really like it's a thing that's kind of not okay at all. But I just do it with people I talk to and play with, so they can tell me to like take it away.
Yeah.
But I'm literally like taking all your footage and showing it on my stream, so no one needs to go to the person's stream that I'm playing with.
Yes.
But since I also like I post everything I do on YouTube anyway, so it's kind of nice to show both sides there, because there you can't go to the other's stream.
Because if I close everything now, you just see my Jack skeleton.
Yeah.
But if I try...
Just see your skeleton.
Yeah, my Jackie.
Jackie boy. What was it? It was something on Z. The name of the dog.
0.
Was it 0? Yeah, okay. 0 0 0
0.
0
0.
0.
The dog is a blooming ghost, for fuck's sake.
The dog is cute though.
The dog is really cute, and I'm getting him tattooed on my leg.
Ooh. I want a picture of that when it's done.
Yeah, I already have Sally, like a pin-up version. But I think I have to survive with that white stream on top. I don't know how to get it away. I maybe can do something about...
Well, since you have it windowed and not like full screen, you're just gonna have to have that line, or you can move like the total thing of your display capture just like a little up, but then your taskbar is gonna show down below and not be on the bottom, which is gonna be weird. Or you can hold down Alt, I think, and move the sides individually and just crop it. I just have full screen showing of everything. But it also depends if you use games full screen or if you just do it like you have it now, you have it windowed. Because if you always have the taskbar showing, you can crop it away. If you, like me, have the game on full screen and the taskbar isn't showing in-game, it's not going to be too good to like block off the bottom part of the screen.
I get that part. I think there's a setting in the launcher actually to do it correctly. Give me a sec here.
Okay.
Where you can edit it so it stays in. Oh, output log. use beta when I keep launcher open while the game is running. Animate tradition. Okay, that's not it. Sorry.
Hmm?
I bopped.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Quite loudly, actually, so it's wonder why you didn't hear it, actually. Well, I'm historical for my boss. Video setting. Full screen graph. Full screen smooth lighting, maximum GUA scale. No. Colors, fancy, crosshair. Hotbar off, crosshair. Save on 100%. Full screen on. Here we go. Found it.
There you go.
We just have to turn it off while I drag it back and go there. Oh. Bogger. Here we go. Better.
Still delay for me. I can't say anything. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yay.
You did it.
Why are you salty?
No, I was just, I don't know.
Salty bitch.
No, you told me to shut up. Okay.
No.
That's what you get.
I've only been nice to you for so booming long, so once in a while, allow me to elaborate. Here we go. Now let's see. Yeah. And it's running smoothly.
I like how the stream on my OBS is quicker than the stream I'm watching on the browser. Like, I can see the movements quicker on my own OBS than I see your stream.
Yeah, that's quite fun, actually.
Logic.
Nope.
Yeah, no logic we had that day.
But this means I can actually start streaming. Yay! Or
Yes.
I am streaming, I just haven't figured it out. That's
Well, you have the main things up. If you're not gonna have a face cam, you don't really need to go through that little process there.
no,
I
not
should
yet.
just.
I need to get one because school is starting in like 2 days, and we are doing everything on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay! I'm enjoying life.
Well, Zoom it feels at least a little bit better than I've just. What was it called again? The other thing?
Teams.
Yeah, Teams. Yeah.
Teams.
Teams
Yeah,
is the worst thing that has ever existed. Like, people hated It's Learning. I don't know why. It's Learning was so much better.
Its learning was perfect compared to Teams.
Yeah, Teams is so trash.
It's a piece of shit to work with, and it's a piece of shit to do.
Yeah, exactly. You can't find anyone. I was like trying to find one of my classmates to like text them and ask them a question. I could not find them whatsoever. I was trying to text a teacher. I couldn't find like members of the group and like get that person and get a chat open with them. It was impossible. Every task that was like, okay,
I'm so happy that university is using Canvas, actually.
I don't know about Canvas, but just anything but Teams.
But Canvas is actually pretty good to use, because you can find people, it's easy to get mails and text with people.
Nice.
And normally you have a group chat where you talk about school stuff.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah, so fuck. I don't miss using Teams because it was a piece of crap and
It
it
was
should
so
exist.
trash. Like I think I used my teacher's actual phone number more than I used Teams.
Yeah,
It's just
I
easier.
still have my teacher's phone number.
I had it only because I started I came into the year a couple months late. I started like in October because there was like a free slot, and I was like, oh, you need one more student. Let's get her. So they called me like, hey, you want the spot? So in that way, plus I was like 23, so I wouldn't I wouldn't misuse the phone number compared to the others who were less than 18. So there's a little difference there too, though.
Yeah, I'm so relieved to be done with almost every kind of school. I just have blooming university left.
How long?
4 more years.
Oh, okay.
No.
Still a little while, but still is better than
I'm on the
others.
first half, so
Okay.
finished with the first half. So I have the hell is it? 5 semesters left.
Yeah.
So 2.5 years.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, but there's a lot of stuff to get through.
Yeah.
And a hell of a lot of studies.
What actually are you studying?
Hotel management.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm going to be a boss.
Ooh, nice.
Boss as a bitch.
Wanna come and torture your staff one day?
And we'll be sitting in my office and giggling like hell.
Yeah.
So, my plan is to go back to color line in a couple of years.
Okay.
Get my degree, go back, and start working at ships on the ship again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like a lot better paid than anything they can give me on land.
Okay. Huh. That I did not know.
I have on color line. I have a monthly salary of probably 60K.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I got like just above 20K when I was working at the mail office. I thought that was a lot.
I work at Heidi's fucking beer bar, and I like.
But is that like after netto or brutto? I can't remember what it's called in English. Is that before taxes or after? Like, is that the sum you're left with to spend, or is that before they take off everything?
Before taxes on Heidi's, I have like 17 to 15. But then you take off 33%, and then you're stuck with somewhere between 11 and 12.
Okay.
I don't earn a lot of money. So, yeah. Time for another shot of vodka. Kalinka, 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 Kalinka.
I would have spent some more money too if I had a job right now. That would have been nice. The only my only income is basically you right now.
Not right now because I had to stop.
Ah, dang it! Never mind.
I had to stop paying you. So you have literally no income right now.
Dang it!
I still have income, just not a lot. That's the difference.
It's fair. It's fair though. You don't watch me that often. Plus,
no.
it's basically just so you don't have ads on my channel too. That's the only thing, and you get the icon, of course.
Yeah. So.
It's a cute little dragon.
Yay! I named mine Ernie.
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 Ernie's gonna be gone in like less than a month since it stopped. I think it'll if you one day subscribe back again, I think you'll just come back where you left. I hope. If not, then that's BS.
I did it on a Pokemon streamer I watch because I fell behind and didn't remember to go online and resubscribe for the month.
Yeah.
So I went from 1 month to 6 months of resubscribing. That was a hell of a lot of money.
Wait, you had to actually like pay up for everything you hadn't?
Yeah. If you don't cancel it yourself.
Okay, true. Yeah, true.
And just leave it running. Next time you get on, you get pulled.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah. If you choose to, you have a choice.
That's good at least.
Yeah. So I suddenly lost $800, 800 coronas. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, I remember. I just resubscribed.
At least it's kroners and not dollars. $800. That would be a lot of money.
Oh, it'd be like probably $500 or something.
I just times it by like 10. From dollars to KR.
Yeah, it's like 10, so 800, so $80 roughly.
Yeah.
80.
Yeah, but if it's $800, it's 8,000 kroners.
Yeah. That's a hell of a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Bye student loan.
Why not use it on subscription you didn't ever use? That's so much better.
So if you're willing, you can resubscribe. If not, then you just don't. If you don't share the resubscribe thing, you don't get pulled.
Okay.
That's why I know I didn't resubscribe to you because I didn't share it. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not your source of income anymore.
Yeah.
I'm evil.
It's such a meanie.
I know. I'm sorry.
Nah, I had you and Aurelius for the longest time, but now both of you is like not subscribing anymore. So now I don't have anything.
Sorry. Real life money had to save.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm going to buy a new bed, a fucking TV.
Need your alcohols.
Yeah, I need my daily succulent. Yeah. Spent some money on some clothing. I needed.
Yeah.
Like pants.
Ditto.
Yeah,
I found like a great deal of like 80 kroners per like for a set of pants in Sweden.
80.
80 kroners.
Yeah. Do you know how
I grabbed
much?
like 5 of them.
Do you know how much guy pants costs?
Well, these were just like these pants could fit anyone, but it's like I don't know, little thin materials.
Do you know how much pants for guys cost in different to pants for ladies?
I don't know how much pants for ladies cost. I just buy comfy, like nice, soft stuff.
A pair of denim for women is like maybe, if you're lucky, 600 kronas.
If you get like proper denim.
Yeah, proper denim. Levis, Lee, Henry Choice. Not Henry Choice, that's a guy's brand. But yeah, proper denim pants.
Mm.
If you want the same for a dude, you're looking to spend 1,000 kronas.
How? Why is there such a difference?
I don't know.
It's not that much more materials.
No, it's actually, but you have to have place for the balls.
Yeah, which is why I said that there's more materials, but not that much more.
I know, and we have pockets.
I know it's you guys' like third leg, but come on.
And we have pockets.
Exactly. That's so unfair.
I know.
I don't have any sets of denim pants, because like this is just like super tight stuff with no pockets. Or the pockets is like the worst place so you can't sit down with stuff in them.
I know.
That's so hopeless.
Oh, do you want to know a funny thing? I went through my closet while I was home on winter break, and I found my pair of my most expensive pair of shoes.
Okay.
They are high-heeled, red, cherry red Dr. Martens, with like 10, 5 or 7 inch heels, centimeter heels. I paid 700 quid.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a pair of shoes.
I know, and I love them. They're gorgeous.
That's a sad thing with the two, because you can't find it anywhere else. You can't find it cheaper than that. That's the sad thing.
For 700 quid, and that was on sale. 700 £700, and that was when the pound was at 12.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 12 times 700.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I paid that for the high-heeled shoes.
How much have you used them though?
Really much, actually. They're worn in.
Nice. That's good though.
And they make me look fabulous.
So fabulous.
For SOS chats that don't know, I'm kind of queer-ish. Queer-ish.
Queer-ish?
Queer-ish.
Like, what makes you say ish? That's the question. I'm curious about.
Bi-romantic with poly traits?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know all of the different names and.
Polyandrous.
It's for everything and everyone. No, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can date multiple people.
Okay.
At the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that's kind of lucky.
Yeah, they're really lucky. if you're mad at one, you just go to your room and sit there for a couple of hours, and the other ones will talk it out.
Exactly.
Or both of them will come and cheer you on. That's why I have multiple lovers.
Getting deep in this tutorial for how to set up OBS.
Tutorial and me chopping logs on Minecraft. Oh my god, we are starting to get old, Ezra.
Well, you're up and streaming, so I did my job now.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Just dealing with the aftermath.
Yeah. Oh,
You've been streaming for like 40 minutes already.
I know. Most of it's us actually figuring out how the fuck do we do this, and am I doing it wrong?
I took you a while to get the screen properly fitted, but other than that, it's went fine.
Yeah, for a first time, it's not that bad.
Now, OBS isn't really the most difficult thing either. So, like
Yeah.
you saw, you got basically everything set up before I even could see the screen.
Yeah, because it just showed up.
Exactly. It knows that you can't do anything unless you do it anyway, so like, why not help a little bit, I think. I think that is what it was thinking too. Back to Jack. It's like a couple of seconds delay from my OBS to the stream. Come on, browser! I should have good internet. I know the PC is slow, but else that should be okay.
Yeah, but it's that for you as well. You'll be talking and I'll write you something, and it's like you're not getting it before after like 10 minutes. Up to the worst time was actually up to 10 minutes after I wrote it.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't blame that on my internet at home because it's fucking good.
That my internet should be good. That's just my computer that's ass.
Yeah, then shove it up your ass then.
I need a new one first. I
Do it
kind of want to like have a computer to use.
I'm just telling my lovely lady friend or the girl I'm dating for now that I'm streaming. Do you want to know the fun part?
Sure.
She's 4 years older than me.
Well, we're getting to the age where it's not that uncommon to have people different ages. Though the female being older is not the most classic.
Rare. That's rare. She seemed for me hard.
Oh, age is unless you go like against some rules, age is just a number.
Yeah.
Like don't date
Like
4-year-olds, but like
oh,
age is just age is just a number.
child abusive piece of crud.
Well, if the 4-year-old might want it, it's not.
No.
No, I'm not supporting that whatsoever.
Oh, you're going to get us both banned. I was nasty. Have some common sense.
I didn't even take a second before I took it back.
You really suck sometimes, you know that.
Well, my stream is not for kids. That's also a thing you can do on your Twitch if if you want the stream to be for kids or not. Alright, it's a YouTube? I can't remember.
PG 13 or 15, actually.
Okay. Some of my stuff is like PG-18. Like Danganronpa, it has so bad language. It has like taught me how to swear.
Yeah.
It was so awkward the first times because I'm reading the lines that they say, and if they swear, I was like, oh, I should do it because it says, and like I don't have anyone watching me ever, so no one can complain about me saying something. But since I'm also like educated as an actor, I should be able to swear as like a role.
Yep, you should.
So that game just taught me how to do it, basically.
Where do I know I'm live. Settings, channel.
I also record everything I do. It's up to you if you want to or not. You can also choose if you want to have the streams saved on your Twitch for a certain amount of time, or if you just want them to be gone when you're done.
I'll look over it.
I'm not too sure how to fix those things, but I know it's a thing. Like I have mine saved for a month or something, and then they get deleted. And I always record everything I do and then like upload it to YouTube. But not everyone might want that, so no, Siri, no, you go away. I'm not talking to you right now.
Siri is always good.
I have like 2 iPhones and a clock on me that's all like listening to every word I'm saying. Actually, the iPad is by my feet too, so let's make that like 4 things.
You really got it going.
Yeah.
You had it coming. You had it coming.
I use them all for different things, so I kind of need all 4 of them.
Artsy project and resin project. I've actually had 7 people in here. I've had 7 showings. I don't know. That's good or bad.
I'm don't know.
And I can't see who the blooming fuck they are.
It looks like I'm counting as one person, but I might be two, because I don't think I was logged in on the OBS browser Steam thingy. But I am logged in on the normal Twitch. And then it's you as well, which is like 3 people already. The last 4, I don't know.
Yeah.
Might just be random bots or something like that.
Probably nothing important.
Like if I can find like the sword and see how many people is watching me. Or users in chat. Then I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 users. None of them are you, but they're all just like random names that I think it's just bots. I have no clue who they are.
Where did you find that one?
By chat there's a little like sword symbol. I just clicked on that beside the wheel. That's only on your stream though. Moderator. This is a Norwegian for some reason. My computer is all over the place. Moderator information? Details? I don't know.
Maybe it's in OBS.
It's not on OBS, it's just on Twitch.
Users in chat. Haha. Oh. Cool. I figured it out.
Good job.
Such a noob at this.
Well, you just began today, so it's fine.
It's not a sword, it's a person.
It looks like a sword to me, okay?
It's persons, you blooming idiot.
That's a sword, come on!
That's not a sword, that's
How is that a person?
I don't see it because me is in the way.
Oh. Yeah, I always have this. Yeah.
Take me away.
I hear that so often when I have people like it's in the way for them because they watch my stream. This one. There! You see that? That's a sword.
Yeah, that's a sword.
That's a sword.
If you go up to streamer chat, the person, you can look at those. Then you see how many people are on.
Oh, okay.
If you go on top of chat and that one.
That's people. Yeah, I was going the more fancy thing, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot more you can do there.
Yeah, I don't have that.
That's kind of strange.
I'll show you.
Huh.
Oh, this one. Ta-da! It's not there.
I can't see any yet. Hold on.
Coming.
So much delay. Still can't see it.
There.
There you go. I don't. That's. Is that like pop up from OBS, or is it from? Yeah, no, it's on. It's on Twitch. It's not on the OBS one. It's just on Twitch. So you need the browser open.
I'm in the browser. No, it's not here either.
I don't know. Maybe it comes later after you have some like achievements or whatever it's gonna be called. Since I have reached like affiliate and whatnot, I have a little bit more of stuff I can do on my channel.
I can't.
But it's kind of strange. You should have moderator options available as like the streamer. But I don't know.
Figured that as well. Surely I don't.
I might just would check.
Oh, I forgot to put.
It's almost like a 10-second delay between the damn stream. I'm gonna refresh. Maybe they'll help.
Because for me, I'm running on what is it, 6,000 kbs?
There is something like test your internet thing. Run speed test.
Jesus Christ, that was wrong. Oh!
Hmm?
No. my... Ooh.
What?
I... Oh, fuck, that was strong. Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Oh. Oh, Jesus.
Server Stavanger. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in Stavanger.
Why is my server going there? Isn't
I
there
don't
anything
know.
closer to me? But
Also,
if you go to just like internet speed test,
where the
then I got a couple of numbers there.
where the hell is that?
I just Google.
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 Google
I don't know what these numbers mean though, but yay.
internet speed test.
Your internet connection is very fast, it says.
Mine too. I have 68 megabits per second.
I have 439. So my internet is good. It's just the computer that's horrible.
Your internet correction. I have 17 milliseconds difference.
That's not that much.
Nope. And the reason that is because I'm connected to a fucking old system. I don't know the last time the internet in this blooming fucking student shit building was last updated.
You're swearing too. 18 plus. Yeah, I have no clue. Like every school thing, whatnot, I feel is not the most up to date.
Yeah, but the fun part is that Telia often cuts the fucking internet cable here.
Okay.
Yeah, when they're doing fiber network updates, they cut the blooming cable. Last time we didn't have internet for like 4 days.
That's a long time for stuff to be like fixed.
Yeah, because they cut it 2 times. And I had work, and I had school, and I was going to meetings, and I was like, oh, for crying out loud. Please fix it. I have a lot of shit to be done. I have like 15 meetings this week. I need to get them going.
Yeah. Can't always use 4G either, because that's going to take a lot of internet.
Yeah, but when you have unlimited, it's okay.
What are you complaining for then? You can connect your computer to that.
Yeah,
and do the meetings and whatnot.
Not the big one.
True.
But the big one is sexy. It costs like 1,600 kroners. No, 6,000, 16,100, 17,000 kroners.
Yeah, mine was 12 back in the day.
Yeah, this is the new one of the new one from Goblet.
Nice.
I love it. So now I'm soon going to get myself a TV, maybe one of the new Switch, the OB-LED Switch.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit about it. I have the normal classic one, so I don't really need the newest.
Yeah, I have only the small one.
Oh, okay. The light one.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be able to disconnect the controllers, so I understand you wanting to upgrade.
Yeah, not only that, but when I get the big one, I can stream from it.
Ooh, that's
yes.
nice.
That's really nice because.
Don't do like I do. I just pointed my face cam onto my Switch's screen and just recorded. Because I don't have a way to connect it yet.
What kind of cable do you need? HDMI?
I don't know, because I have connected them somehow with like the docking station, but it still doesn't work, so I don't know.
Weird.
Like putting the switch in a docking station, plugging the docking station into the computer itself.
Yep.
I have done that and nothing works. Because you need a separate cable, like an console adapter or something.
Yeah, console adapter. And a video adapter.
Yeah, and I have nothing. I have something, but I never got it to work, and I have lost the disc, so I don't know what to do.
You wanna know my setup?
Sure.
Like I said, I have one of the big PCs from Komplett that's affordable, with RGB lights and a lot of expensive stuff in it. I have a Samsung 19-inch screen.
I don't remember how big my screen is, and my measurer is not beside me at the moment.
I think it's 19 or it's huge. And it's adjustable and with flip and stuff like that and a whole lot of shit. SteelSeries Apex 7
Nice.
keyboard. Elite Gaming model Mjolnir mouse. Logitech stereo. And Elite Gaming performance chair. Just a mismatch of everything.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more gathered with like the Logitech mouse, keyboard, and camera.
Yeah, not. I'll send you a video on Snapchat because this is fucking horrendous. and just to top it off, Corsair headset. It's fucking genius. This is my fun computer. There's NVIDIA Core and stuff like that. My speakers, my 19-inch screen, my SteelSeries 7, my mouse, and my Corsair. No, not Corsair. HyperX headset. Just enjoy the video because that's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. I'll just mute my mic in the meantime.
Yeah.
You don't need to hear yourself talk. I love that the fans have like LEDs on them.
RGBs, yeah.
That's so cool. I love that.
It's,
Mine is not that fancy.
It's so fucking sexy.
Mine is just like glowing, menacing red. That's it.
I can actually change the colors. Give me a sec and I'll find my PC.
I'm just gonna send you a snap of the the red glow in my PC.
Oh my lord!
I can't change anything. It's just red and gloomy.
I was getting really Darth Vader vibes from that one.
Everything else that I have though is like with changing LED covers. Like my chair has LEDs all around it, like built in. Cost this chair is getting expensive. I was like, I'm gonna use like office chairs and like gaming chairs like forever anyway, so why not actually invest in something decent?
Oh, I did as well. Or rather, I had to because I had a prolapse in my back
Oh, okay.
last winter. So I had to invest in some better chairs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I started with like the classical, like old-timey blue
Oh.
chair.
Yeah.
And that it was super noisy because it was like super old.
Creaking and moving around was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, just like me sitting up, like everyone could hear every single move that I did. So after that, I just found on like a free chair on Finn. I'm like, yes, I'll take anything. But it lost one of its wheels pretty early. So like when I leaned back, sometimes I almost fell over because the wheel had suddenly fallen off. So after that, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna get a proper chair. Why not?
I actually got it as a Christmas present.
Oh, lucky. Now this chair is more expensive than both of my parents' and grandparents' Christmas presents altogether. It cost me like 3,000, I think. I don't remember if that was on sale or not. I think it wasn't.
Mine was, and it did not cost 3,000. It cost 5.
Well, for more like medical reasons, it's kind of understandable. I just saw LEDs and wanted that, but it was the most expensive chair that Power had, so.
Yeah.
I think maybe it wasn't, but I just knew that it was this one I wanted because LEDs. How can you say no to LEDs? It's impossible. All the lights. I rarely use it though, because having my chair connected to a wall socket isn't really optimal when you move around a little bit.
That's true.
I'm afraid of running over the cable and like destroying it.
No, actually, I think it's
So actually the outlet was actually higher up on the wall. That would be nice. Not on the ground. I'm actually play something too while I talk, since you're playing anyway.
Yeah. I just have to find the bloody PC I bought because it was like it was expensive as hell. But also I ordered it on back to school, so it wasn't that expensive. I just have to give me a sec.
I had just like I've put a friend of mine and my dad together like, hey, make me a PC. And they went on Complete and picked out parts I needed for a PC, and Complete built it. So I can't find the exact one, but I have all the information, just like listed on what I have. But there's no package deal I can find and show.
No.
This game is super derpy, but I can.
Yeah, that one. That is.
Sure.
Let's see. Yes, I have the complete PC A125 IBM gaming PC.
If you have a link, you want to send it to me?
Yeah, it's expensive as hell. It's like when I bought it, it was bought. I think actually it went out of production. This one.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just have to copy the name, then I can look. Search. Paste. Yeah, it's actually not for sale anymore. So I got a bargain. Okay, the closest thing is actually the upgraded version. And that's 17 fucking thousand.
Nah, that's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. And mine
But
cost
still.
that when I ordered it like half a year ago.
I'm prepared to like invest in a computer, but then again I use mine a lot, and I do want to learn a little bit more so I actually can do stuff and like actually edit videos and whatnot. Because now I just like post the raw materials on YouTube because I have no clue how to do anything. But computers are super expensive.
Yeah, they are. So, but I used Complete Flex. Like you pay a certain amount for so long.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My screen is 24 inches.
Okay.
It's huge.
Nice. I can hold on. I'm gonna pick up my normal
Okay.
measure.
Here's the specification for my PC. Gear 4 RTX 2060.
I don't know what anything is, so it's not really any point saying.
Ryzen 5 360. 16 GB, 1 terabyte SSD, Windows 10 Home.
Hold on, I can find my information. I can say what I have in case it's something similar.
Yeah, because if you log into Complete, you can see the order.
It wasn't me who ordered it. It was my dad, so.
That sucks.
Intel Core i5.
Yeah.
Which is okay, I guess. I don't know what anything is.
Yeah,
It's a lot of information. Yeah, it was about 13,000 actually.
Okay, the PC was on sale for 11,000.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, and I in total are going to pay 16,000. And that is with försäkring.
Oh yeah.
Insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
my brain was like, wait a minute, I know this word.
Yeah, I do too, and it's like, come on, you blooming idiots. So yeah. The fun thing is that I haven't actually showed anything in my worlds yet because I just started it. But look at this blooming scenery.
Yeah, I saw like the snow and the rain combined. That was so pretty.
Yeah. If you look at it, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah. It's a good place to spawn in.
It's not my spawn. My spawn is over there somewhere.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was impressed, but never mind. Take it back.
It's like really close, and there's mob spawner, everything you need.
Yeah, so you already had like torches around one of them.
Yeah, you have like a hell of a lot.
That's caves for ya.
Yeah, caves and cliffs in your updates. You're
Nice.
So right now I'm just making a storage basement. And
Little dungeon.
yeah, a little slave dungeon down below. For the little kiddies.
You watch it.
Sorry.
Now it's you that's gonna get us both banned.
Yeah. In here I have my secret little tunnel. That's going over to the spider spawner. And
secret little tunnel? It doesn't look so tiny though.
down this way is right through the mountain. I'm being a dwarf. Even though I'm 185 tall or something.
Yeah, you're a little taller than I am. You could
Cool.
say.
I'm taller than the average dwarf. Sorry,
I'm 167. Okay, I'm not that bad.
Yeah, and here I'm like.
I think. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I think so.
Yeah, and here's me 185-ish, something like that. I haven't measured in a while.
No, like it's not like an important detail, so why measure like?
Just on your passport, your driver's license, everywhere.
Well, there it's kind of like important to have it, but like, how often do you renew all of that?
Like every 10 to 20 years.
Exactly.
My passport is going out in 2030, and my license is going out in 2033.
I don't know.
Yeah, 2033.
I don't have anything by me right now, so I can't really check.
Damn, what the fuck was that?
Sorry.
Is that you?
That was I hit my mic stand, and it has like a lot of springs, which makes a lot of noise. Can play some music. And I got a mic stand for Christmas, so I'm figuring out where to have it now.
Yeah, didn't get anything from my computer for Christmas, but I already had a lot of stuff. I had the keyboard, the mouse.
All your mismatched stuff.
Yeah, I actually have more matching stuff. I have the headset that goes with the mouse and the chair, but I don't have anything else. And because Elite Gaming is fucking expensive. Oh, Jesus.
I have like a set of cat ear headphones.
Cute.
They're sort of, but I usually use earbuds.
Yeah.
Because I get a headache if I use like headphones for too long. I don't know why, but I think they just put a pressure on the wrong point of my head or something.
Yeah, the ones I'm using right now are actually quite comfortable because they are more adjustable in some sort of way.
Nice.
And it's padded all the blooming way around.
But also, like, all of the stuff I have doesn't cover the whole ear. So
No,
me also having like earrings and whatnot, stuff like that. Now I also have like a piercing up top, which makes it even worse with trying to find headsets.
Oh.
You have two, right?
Yeah, I have two on top. You can think how they were the first month.
That's why I'm glad I'm wearing earbuds, because that's not a problem.
Right now, I think that's the best choice you have. But when they heal up and
it is healed though.
But why the hell are you complaining? Mine aren't healed.
No, because I still get a headache even though I use it. But like now that I have the piercing there as well, it's more uncomfortable if the headphones aren't like circling the full air.
Yeah.
Like there's still some like hats. I just don't know what to call it. It's hat and hat, like fabric hats. Some are tighter than others, and like it's not that comfortable if they push on the airing. But you have like these like circular things, right?
Yeah.
I have like a huge back piece that is like sticking into my head. I don't have the like flat stuff. I really need that.
Yeah, I specifically asked for coverings when she did it.
Oh, I didn't have the choice of that.
Oh, you can ask them.
But she didn't have that. She showed me like a little chart over things I could pick in between.
Yeah.
But she had like 5 different options, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And none of them were the thing. But then again, I went to my hairdresser and did it.
Stupid.
What? She had taken one other of like my air holes, if I want to call them that.
Did you do it with a gun or did you do it with a needle?
Something in between. It wasn't like a physical gun that has like mechanisms, but it was like something holding something, and
piercing gun.
She pressed the thing.
Yeah, piercing gun.
But it didn't like. She had to like physically push in the button. It wasn't like a trigger you press.
Yeah, still piercing gun.
Okay. Well, I had a gun before. The first like my basic holes. First were taken with a gun that made like a little noise when I did it.
Like a small clicking noise.
Like a small clicking, like a small gun. Because I had to retake one of my bottom holes because I had a little problem when changing it the first time. It wasn't fully healed. So that changing hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And me being super afraid of needles, couldn't like get myself to put it back in again. So my first hole grew back in again.
I have had infections in every piercing I ever had.
Oof, that's not good.
Well, actually it is, because it cleans out the air a lot and the surrounding areas.
But it's still an infection though.
Yeah, it still hurts like hell for like
Like how do you sleep on that side?
You don't.
But if did you take like
Seriously, you don't. You don't sleep on that side because it hurt like hell.
Yeah. In the healing process, I was like holding over my ear so that like the hole between like the pointy finger and thumb had like the airing in between it so that it was like air before it hit the pillow.
Yeah.
That was the only way I could like sleep on my right side when I first had taken it. Now I can actually lay on the pillow, which is nice. When did I actually take? I wrote down the date of when I took the piercing. But I've never had an infection though. Yeah, the 6th and the 7th.
I've had infections in every one of them because...
But how, like, do you know why and or how? Like, did you not did you not clean it properly, or was it like something else that you were exposed to, or was it just like to the material in what you were pierced with, or?
It happens, I guess.
Because like they have changed a lot of materials from what they pierce with. Like I had one that's like plastic basically, and one that's it's some sort of titanium with something something, and then I have
surgical steel.
Yeah, surgical steel. And then I have something else that I've also gotten, I think. Or maybe that was surgical steel, I can't remember.
I have surgical steel in every one of them.
Oh, that shouldn't be that... I wonder what's the problem then.
I think the problem is me just being lazy sometimes and not cleaning thoroughly, and sometimes it's actually maybe the piercer's fault because they hit another, or
if their thing wasn't like 100% sterile, then that could also be a problem.
That could be a problem.
One speck of dirt.
Not dirt, but
you know what I mean.
It can be dust, it can be spit, anything.
Spit.
Yeah, actually, the one thing that's
true.
most contagious in your body is your spit.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of strange though. But I remember like in the kindergarten, or not kindergarten, but like school, if you were bit by human, you had to like take a needle and take a vaccine for something.
Yeah, you had.
Because we have a lot of nasty stuff in our... I was gonna scare me.
We have a ton of bacteria in our mouth, so
yeah,
it's understandable. And the teachers and healthcare takers got scared of us, and we had to take pills, and yeah, good knows what we didn't have to take.
It wasn't that bad at my school. So we just had like the talk about like if that happens, then that has to happen, but nothing really happened. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't have to take that. Or I think I haven't. Wait, maybe I have.
I have taken it.
I don't remember. I have taken like 2 vaccines since elementary, and that's both COVID. So I'm not vaccinated against anything right now. Except COVID, of course.
I have not influenza vaccine. I should have gotten it, because that makes you more immune to COVID. If you take the influenza vaccine,
okay,
it works as a small resistance to COVID, because COVID is in theory just influenza or a bad flu.
Yeah, COVID has like all the symptoms.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to know if it's COVID or just anything else, because COVID is everything.
COVID is basically a shitload of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to figure it out.
Yep.
And because my mom works at a school,
Ah.
she said like, now it isn't a question of if I get COVID, it's a question of when I get it. And she got her 3rd dose this Christmas.
Okay, that's good at least.
Yeah. And she is in every risk group ever. And I'm like, Mom, but
She should
what
probably
about
not be working in that case.
what about me? I'm a full-time asthmatic. I've been for the last 23 fucking years. Yeah, you should get it as soon as fucking possible.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do spruce logs have different? I don't know.
The important questions.
Yep, but I'm what you qualify as a builder in Minecraft.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm just drinking until I die here.
Yeah, cheers.
I just drank poison. Wish me good luck. I found deodorant. Yes, please.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel. Oh, I love that bloody sound. But I'm wondering if that would actually look good on my floor. What's this? Or if I should keep it like this. Decisions.
All the choices.
Oh, the questionable choices.
Yes.
That's why I'm an alcoholic.
Makes it easier to choose.
Yeah. Drinking makes everything better.
I've been drunk like once. That was fun.
Don't drink, kids.
It was my plans for New Year's though, but I couldn't find my alcohol, so oh well.
Oh, I found mine. Really easily. I took it with me home. I have a bottle of 50% vodka. Not from Norway.
Well, it's gonna keep you busy for a while, I think.
Not 50%, it's 37.5. But still, it's vodka. I have the 50
Aw, it's not 50? Aw, this is the point.
I have the 51 as well, that's blue.
Blue.
And also, I have one of the best Norwegian gins ever. From Trysil.
I haven't
Gin.
really tasted that much different things.
Oh, well, it's sort of part of the job, so I had to.
Exactly. Like, my friends don't drink, my parents just have, like, beer and cider. So that's all we have in the house, really.
I have
So,
a
basically.
bottle of rum, I have a bottle of gin, a bottle of vodka. I think I have some beer somewhere. I have 2 bottles of vodka. One is Crystal Head vodka, that's 50%. I thought I had some beers. Maybe. No,
Some
no, no,
bears.
no, the beer is gone. The beer is gone. Last time I went drinking, I was drinking till 8 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, that's usually when I'm awake. We'll go to sleep these days, I feel.
Yeah, I actually have to go to bed soon because I have I have to get my new glasses tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I need to leave the house at 8 tomorrow, so to visit a friend. So
Yeah.
I should sleep soon too, but it's like, eh.
Yeah, I just have to check when my appointment was tomorrow. Messenger, messages. Specsavers. 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, lucky.
Or in 11 hours. And I have to sober up first.
That's true. You should at least stop drinking now.
Yeah, I'll drink up the last drink and then stop drinking.
Depends on how much there is left of the last drink.
Like half a glass.
Okay, that's not too bad. Well, it depends on the glass.
I'll send you a picture. It's really not that big.
I just have like a bottle beside me right now.
It's thin on the side, so or it's thin at the bottom, so half a glass is not half a glass. It's like a small piece of crap.
Okay, at least it's skinny down below there.
Yeah,
it's still a big glass though.
Yeah, it's 0.5 glass. But me and a couple of colleagues went to a bar here in Stavanger that closed down.
Yeah.
And we picked up some glasses.
Nice.
Because we were allowed to.
Oh, why not? If it's closing anyway, then...
No, it's closed, it went bankrupt. Like in... what? September?
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, and the glasses are just sitting there, and we asked our boss if we possibly could go and take some, and she's like, yeah, go ham.
Lucky.
We don't need them anymore, so take them.
Well, they could have tried to like sell them.
Yeah, they did sell the place, but
no, like sell the glasses and like
no
inventory and stuff like that.
Jesus Christ. Those are expensive glasses. They're like 500 kronas for 4 glasses.
Oh, that's a decent price, yeah.
Yeah, so no selling of glasses.
Well, if they're not going to use it anymore, though.
No, then we take it. That's the good part of working in the industry. A lot of free shit.
Yeah, I couldn't really do that in a mail office.
No.
Like, this package is a little late. Ah! No one will miss it anyway.
They'll just send a complaint and...
Oh, they will never know.
They will never know.
No, it was lost before it got to me. I don't know anything.
But did you work in the post office in Lillestrøm?
Like Østlandsterminalen? The big one, like
big one
the main thing.
The big one in
yes.
Sørum. No, not Sørum, but
no.
yeah.
Lørenskog?
Lørenskog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was that one, the big one in Lørenskog, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The huge terminal there, that's where I worked.
Yeah.
Until I went back to school.
I actually went to school to Sørumsand. I traveled an hour, one way each. No, hour and 15, 20, no, hour, 1 hour and 30 minutes every fucking morning.
Yeah, I did that last year. Because I went to... Oh,
for 2 years.
Oh, I just did it 1 year. 2 years is nah.
Nah.
But it was 2.5 hours though, so like 3 hours of my day just went to travel.
Yeah, I did it for 2 years straight. I never came late to school.
That's good.
I was up in the winter time. I had to get up like 5 in the morning because I had to get rid of the snow before I went to school. So I was shuffling snow 5 in the morning for 2 straight years. And I almost went insane. Every winter, it was the same blooming piece of crap that's called snow.
And if I like had to deal with snow in the car, I just put the car on. But then again, like my house is kind of secluded, and no one like sees the car in the driveway. I mean,
Yeah, we have like a big fucking driveway, and it's easy to just walk. Like
just
it,
walk up and just take the car.
no, we have a garage.
Oh, okay.
But
This
it's
that was still that bad.
it's easy to walk like 15, 16,000 steps
Oh,
just on the driveway to get it clean from snow.
that's a lot of snow.
Yeah, and especially when it falls down 20 fucking centimeters in one, and you have to go out and clear it out in the morning, and you're like, oh, God save me.
That's the one good thing with global warming. It's less snow. But then again, I kind of miss the days when this like the snow heaped up to like my waist.
When the snow stopped the school.
Has it ever? I don't think the snow has
No.
ever stopped my schools.
Not here.
No.
Not in Norway.
No.
It's 50 centimeters with snow. You have to use the treads.
Just like crawl on top. It's fine.
Walk.
Swim.
Snow is fucking taller than you, and you're like, what the fuck? How the hell am I getting to school? Oh, you just have to walk. But how? Find a way.
Just find a way. That's
or the best part, or the best comment from parents. Here's a couple of skis. Use them.
It's perfectly safe. Just ignore the road and the cars. Like, don't go there.
Just stay on the off roads and walk to school. Yeah, screw you too. And the worst part is, I lived like in between the middle. We had like not in Rælingen when you have everything kind of close. The school's kind of close. We had like first to fourth in one school, and then we had fifth to seventh in another school, and then you had
What?
yeah.
Why? Wasn't the school big enough to have like all the?
No, but one of the school there's a child grade in every part of Enebakk. And one of the schools was the old child school, but the new child school was built closer to the Boligfelts, so everybody had to go up there.
Okay.
And then when they still kept the old school going, so that just became from 5th to 7th instead of from 1 to 7.
Huh. Well, I guess it's kind of nice with like new environments and stuff, but hopefully you don't have like friends in different classes.
Oh, we did. We did. Different classes. But the worst part was because one of the schools is like down by the main road. Riksvei 22.
Yeah.
And the old one, or the new school, is like way up in the Boligfelt area, suburban area, and was like, how the hell did I not figure out? Maybe put the schools a bit closer to each other. So in the summer we summer, winter, no, summer, fall, and spring, we cycled, walked, or rollerbladed, or skateboarded to school every morning and every afternoon when we were on our way home. So it's like a pain in the ass just to get down there, and then you have to cycle up like a fucking. Have you ever you're taking the bus to through Flatby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can imagine cycling up that fucking hill.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that.
Yeah, I did that for 3 years constantly, and I was like, fuck off. And my mum, who was like born and raised right beside the school, said, "Oh, it's not that bad. You'll get used to it." I was a fat, chubby kid. Now I'll understand now when I'm like 20, early 20s and a bit more fit. Okay, I complained, but still, I was a fat, chubby kid, and I was small. I was really small for my age, and growth spur just happened. So I was like, "Woo!"
Classic.
In the summer between eight and eight, eight and ninth grade, I grew almost 30 centimeters.
That's a lot for just 1 year.
No, that's just the summer.
That's
That
even
was just
worse.
the summer. And I'm not joking when I said I
How?
was like 140 at one point. I was small. So suddenly being 160, yeah, that was quite big.
Come back
One,
after summer like a new person.
160, 170, like they just people didn't believe it was me, and I was like, hello. And then from um 10th, 10th grade till second, yeah, in between 10th to second year in high school,
Yeah.
I just grew enormously. I was like having to change out shoes every fucking year, almost almost 2 times a month because I grew that much.
That's a lot of money wasted on just like different shoe sizes.
Yeah, but when you have 46.5 in shoes, you can't really complain.
No.
You go through a couple of pairs if they don't fit you right, and suddenly
Sure.
suddenly they break and stuff like that. So it's not. It wasn't that bad, but still, it was like hell sometimes.
Yeah, I believe that.
What are you up to? You're washing or having perfume.
No, I'm drinking it. Well,
You're drinking.
I'm literally killing myself. Hold on.
Abstin.
Yoink. There's another bottle up here I'm gonna get.
Absinthe is a good way to get drunk.
Medical schnapps. I'm drinking the whole bottle.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
gulp. Okay, I need one more bottle of something.
Then you can die.
Yeah. Then I can die in peace. This. Perfect. Huge bottle.
Oh.
There you go. And dead body. I'm just doing this for the achievements.
Yeah, okay.
I need to drink a lot of bottles.
Yeah.
And that's the last achievement I have to do, but it's like 5,000 bottles.
Hell no.
It's gonna take me forever. I'm not even 2,000. But I have all the other achievements, so it's like I kind of want it done.
I understand that. I really do.
It's just gonna take so long. But I'm gonna exit the game.
Fuck. Jesus. No, I just went into one of my mobile games because that's the game that I really need to exit soon.
Yeah, I did.
And I just went into. Have you played Rise of Kingdoms?
Rise of Kingdoms?
Yeah, it's a mobile game. I think you can get it on Steam as well. I don't know. But I just logged in and because I'm an officer at one of my clan or alliance,
Ah, okay.
and suddenly we went from maybe 8 people to like 20?
That's a
20,
decent increase of people.
20 something, 20 something. Because it's me, Wolf, Blood. That are officers. Ryan, Caveman, Panda, Motionless, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, we went from 8 to 25 people in like an instance. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's a war game.
Yeah. I have a couple others. They're a mobile game. Played Summoner's War a lot, and ML Adventure is the one I'm mostly playing now.
I like kind of strategy, MMO, RPG stuff. So
ML Adventure is kind of it's a strategy. And like you pick, like choose a little team and then you battle. Others are just like a pre-made team.
oh, here you construct an army.
Yeah, you just have a tiny team here, but you can have a lot of different like characters. I want to call it creatures because you can't like modify anything about anyone, but they have a lot of different stats and abilities and whatnot. But most is human. There's like a panda too, but like the classical.
Yeah, but here you are literally constructing an army, a whole kingdom, and joining in an alliance to get more power and territory and stuff like that. So
That's
I'm
a
currently sitting at 500,000 power. And I restarted the game a couple of days ago.
That's a decent increase then that quickly.
Yeah, I knew how to I knew the start and how to kind of cheat my way through stuff. So
Well, if you played it before, then it's easier to.
yeah, I knew what to
develop.
upgrade. I knew what stats to upgrade. I knew yeah, all sort of stuff. So I just boomed through like the first couple of 100,000 power points like a couple of days.
Nice.
And then just taking everything from there. Building, resource gathering, stuff like that. And it takes a fucking long time because you have to upgrade your stuff to get get better troops and stuff like that. So suddenly I've been playing for maybe a couple of hours and didn't even notice. It's often I just reawaken myself and like, how long have I been playing?
It's so nice that when a mobile game can actually like keep you occupied for hours. A lot of stuff I noticed is like, oh, you need to wait at like 2 hours until this thing is done and ready for you to like do the next step.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Like there's nothing else you can do now. Now you just have to like leave, do something else, and come back.
And that's sort of the point of this game. You are not stuck. You can do stuff while you're waiting for upgrades to happen.
So you still have to wait a little bit though.
You have to wait a couple of hours, but you can join rallies to take down barbarian forts. You can communicate with people around you. You can do stuff every time and just be powerful as a group.
That's good.
And that's really fun because
It's kind of surprising for a mobile game to like have all of that. So, it sounds more like a computer game.
Yeah, it does. It sounds really like a computer game, but you're so into it, and you really, once you get lost in it, you get really lost in it because you're sitting chatting with like 15 other people, and then you are going to war with another alliance, and then your upgrades is done, then your troops are gone, then your research is done, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? How many hours did I play? Oh shit, it's 4 in the morning. Maybe I should get some sleep.
Maybe. My sleep
Okay,
is for the weak, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe we should quit it for today.
I should probably.
I think I'll probably do a small stream tomorrow as well, just to
Check
get
that
the hang
everything
of it.
still works.
Yeah, that too.
It's not crashed and burnt since last time.
Yeah.
I'll be out of the house a little bit tomorrow, but if I can, I'll stop by and watch at least.
Yeah, but I'll maybe just take a day stream or something like that.
Oh, okay, then I should have time to stop by.
Yeah, like I said, I have to get out of the house like 10 tomorrow and get down to my appointment to get
Eye doctor. I don't
my
know.
new spectacles.
Spectacles.
And then I'm free and going a bit shopping. I'm going to Outland.
Ah, lucky.
Yeah, we have our own Outland here.
Ah, so.
I know. I'm doing a bit of shopping and then bit of grocery shopping, and then I'm heading home, and then I'll head on live.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be back by then because I need to leave my friend like 12.
Yeah.
But I'm also planning to maybe like go shopping. But if you're gonna start your appointment like 11, it's no problem.
Yeah. So we'll both be logging off then.
Yes.
See you tomorrow.
Yes.
Bye bye and have a good night.
Good night to you too.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Oh, that's loud. I forgot. Oh, let's take that down. Take that back down to like 26. So yeah. That was me helping a friend of mine. Online friend. I've never met this person in real life, but we talked on Snap for a decent amount of time. I can't remember actually from when, but yeah, that was actually my first time hearing his voice too. It's kind of fun. He's so British, so elegant. All me just America. But it was a little bit more than OBS setup, but he basically did most of that without me. He even has his OBS is better fixed than mine is right now. Maybe I should just like uninstall mine and just do everything up. I don't want to do everything up because I like this. But anyway, I'm gonna end it here for now because I need to leave the house in 7 hours and I need a little bit of sleep. So yeah, so thank you, Hydra, for joining me today. And thank you everyone else for watching as well. I'm gonna be back again tomorrow as always, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this, and I hope I see you all in the next episode. Bye everybody. Good night. Sleep tight.